You're listening to Australia's #1 tech podcast. Every week, join hosts Brad and Jason here on the Tech Webcast. Download our iPhone app, follow us on Twitter at Tech Webcast, and visit us online at techwebcast.info. Here are your hosts, Brad and Jason.
Welcome to episode 164 of the Tech Webcast podcast, recorded on Saturday, the 19th of November 2011. Tech Webcast is recorded live every Saturday and rebroadcast on Aussie Tech Heads on Thursday nights at 7. Today's hosts are Brad, Jason, Aaron, and Steve. And today's guest is Jamie to talk about Google Hangouts. Good afternoon, Brad.
Hey mate, how are you?
Great. How's yourself?
Good, mate. What's news?
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot here
Oh,
too.
it was rainy down there.
Yeah, it's been rainy here, mate.
Yeah, not too much though.
And it was hot yesterday too, which was
Hot
good.
yesterday?
I don't mind a bit of hot
Bloody
weather
hot.
now and then, but not every day. It's not good.
Yeah,
If you've got an aircon, you're set to go.
yeah, except for me because it's in the lounge room and I'm locked in my bedroom with the fan on.
Oh, you don't have air cons going through the roof?
No,
Oh, that's...
just one in the wall in the lounge room. So when it gets really hot, I end up sleeping in the lounge.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Now,
How about you? You got AC everywhere?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we've got it all through the rooms here and stuff. It's pretty good.
Damn.
Yep. So, on today's show, we're going to talk to you about the new Tech Webcast app, mate, if that's okay now.
Yeah, it's pretty close to being finished.
So it's still working on it, so we'll get to that soon.
Yeah, got a couple more tweaks I want to do to it, and got some secret features for people who buy the actual
Nice.
app.
Can't wait.
And
can't wait.
this week I registered to be a Apple developer who can sell paid stuff, but I have to get an ABN for that, so
Okay.
now I have to wait for the government to send me an ABN.
All right, that's cool. That's all good.
And I also signed up to be an Android market developer, and they said the ABN is optional.
Right.
So
now,
I'm practically ready to go
what
there.
you just said I think you just made a few people happy.
Android.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
That's because it's made with the Corona
Yep.
SDK.
that is
I
correct.
can write it in Lua. I
Yep.
can export to iOS and universal app, so it's going to be universal for the iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, etc. Android, and also upcoming very soon, Mac.
Nice.
Mac
Now,
OS X.
also, we got Jamie on Skype. Hey, Jamie.
Welcome.
Welcome. I think she's a bit
She's
shy.
gone shy.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Sorry.
We're a bit intimidating, I know.
A little, but I can handle it.
I think it's Steve. He scares me too.
Nah, Steve's a cool dude. He's cool.
Yeah, he's all right. It's Aaron. You got to watch out.
Yeah,
for.
watch out for Aaron. We
Yeah,
also
yeah.
we've got Steve and Aaron. Hey guys,
Hey, how you doing?
how you going?
Hello.
Aaron is from AussieTechNews.com.
How is it up north there, dude?
It's hot, but not too hot.
And you got schoolies
so-
now.
Yeah, it just started today, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's the Gold Coast is really two different places. There's Surfers Paradise and everywhere else. So everyone who lives here never goes to Surfers Paradise, and everyone who holidays here goes to Surfers. So
Oh, well.
that's all right. They got their area, we've got ours, and we don't really cross paths very much.
Never the twain shall meet.
Good stuff. All right, let's get into the chat now. Let's have a chat about this Tech Webcast app. Steve's got some questions for you. So, Steve, fire away, mate.
Now, I've got a screenshot. Let me go ahead and show that there while we talk about it during the
It may
live
end
show.
up
here.
not looking like that. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
I'll
look like
get
that.
I'll get a vote on the new design that I'm working on.
So it's not going to look like that?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll vote on it and see what people think. I was thinking of doing some larger buttons, sort of stealing some UE ideas from Windows Mango.
To tell you the
Nice.
truth, I like the idea of having because a lot of these iPhone apps, you pull them up and they got all these little boxes and things, and it makes it kind of hard with just the basic buttons. I think it'd be, fairly easy.
Yeah. This
Now,
will be just to change the color, make the buttons bigger, kind of thing.
All right.
I got to put the
Go
audio
ahead,
in
Steve.
there.
Any more
So-
questions, mate?
Yeah. Now, did you mention that you're going to also have available for Android?
Oh yes, it'll be for
Okay,
Android.
great.
I'm going to do some beta testing with Android people over the next week. See how it goes.
And another thing I like about the app is it's going to be universal, so you're going to be able to use it for one app. I believe you can use it for the iPhone and the iPad, right?
And iPod Touch. Yep.
Yeah, iPod Touch as well.
It'll auto scale to all of those nicely.
Cool.
So I'm guessing you're going to be able to access the audio podcast, the news articles. It's got listen. What is listen?
That's so you can watch the show on a video right on your device, the latest show that I've uploaded to Blip TV. And down the bottom of that, it's also got a link to the audio version of the same show. And I'm also thinking of maybe having another link at the bottom to the latest that's in the podcast stream, because there are times when I'm not available to do the video, in which case we've got no video. And so if I've gone on holidays for 2 weeks, you'll miss out 2 episodes that wouldn't appear in the app just because there was no video there. So I think, but that'll be easy enough to do once the app is released, because that page that shows up for listen is actually on a web server. So I can change any of the code on the web server and it'll automatically change it on the device.
Nice. Now, is there going to be any sort of embedded for the live video stream at all, Jason, at all? Is that hard to do? Or?
I don't know if Justin TV is compatible and if you can embed that into a page that'll be viewed on iOS and Android.
Okay. All right. We'll see what
So
happens
if
with
Steve's going to be 100% all the time, we
he
might
will be.
investigate it for the future.
that. Yeah, he will be live. Is that correct, Steve? You'll be live every week, won't you, mate? There's no plan on stopping this?
Yeah, you're talking about the Tech Webcast and my show?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I get earthquakes or something like that. Or tornadoes or...
It is America, anything can happen there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's about
Exactly.
Our weather gets hotter and colder, and that's about it.
Yeah, for sure. So, let's have a chat to who just sent me a message? Jamie, are you there, or did she leave?
Yeah, it should work on other versions as well. I haven't tested it on them because I don't have them. Everybody's iOS 5 now, so if I find somebody who's got iOS 4, we can try it on them as well.
Wanted to add one more
Actually,
thing.
I know someone who has it on, because the first generation iPod Touches won't update to iOS 5.
Right, yep.
So I was just wondering for those people.
Time to go shopping.
Yeah, time to go shopping to buy new devices. Yeah. So
I just want to add one more thing about the Tech Webcast app.
Go ahead, mate.
Once it's released, I'm going to make a screencast video and show the world.
Can't wait.
That's what it is.
Can't wait. Now, Jason, what's the ETA on this app, mate?
Well, mostly it depends on when I get the ABN, so it's up to the government, and they can take a little while, I expect. So
Okay.
I'll keep tweaking and tuning it as much as I can in the meantime, so that it looks really nice, and set up the website so that it looks nice as well.
Sweet.
And add a little bit more functionality I've got an idea for, and we just wait till that happens. So hopefully by Christmas.
Good. Can't wait. Now, is it going to be retina display on the iPhone for us? And
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's going to look nice. So yeah. All right. Let's have a chat to Jamie. Hi, Jamie. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. It's nighttime here.
Is it? What time is it there now?
It's almost 6:30.
Oh, well.
Where
Okay.
is Jamie?
She's in America. In
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Good old US of A.
Cool as. Now, what do you do? Do you do hangout parties with Cam Meadows?
I do all of the scheduling, and I do some of the promotion and things like that for it.
Cool as.
How do you do the promotion? Is it just on social networks?
Yeah, it's mostly on social networks. Cam's done a few interviews and things like that, and gotten it placed in. I know it was on Mashable. It was featured on Mashable and different news sources as well.
I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah.
Do you have a newsletter people can subscribe to so they know when the next thing is happening?
You know what? We don't. We do everything through our Google Calendars. So I believe you can subscribe, or we can add you to get emails as far as updates for shows.
That'd be handy.
But other than that, we don't really do newsletters.
Yeah, that's one of the features we've got in the Tech Webcast app is you can view our Google Calendar in the app so you can see when the next show's coming on, who's going to be on there.
Cool.
Yeah, our Google Calendar is featured on the page, and so you can access it somewhat from there.
Good stuff.
You'll have to think about doing that on your WordPress, Brad. Get a little sidebar with the Google Calendar on there so people can look at what's coming up.
Yeah, that would be good. I have to get Lee to have a look at that. Also, our site was down this morning too. Apparently, it was to do with data use. Something went over our limit or something.
Yeah, I think you're used up 9.5 gigs of your 9.5 gigs too in space. I don't know what you've been uploading there.
He
but
needs. I don't know. I haven't been uploading anything. He needs to add more space. I don't know what's going on there, but he needs to add more space and.
I got a 5 gig site and I had 5 websites running on there, and I didn't even use up 2 gigs.
Wow. And
What is
also,
that?
did you get the FTP info too?
Yeah, all access.
Good stuff. All right. Okay. So, Jamie, do you get much into iPhone apps and that sort of thing?
As far as games and things, I do a lot with that. Let me look on my iPad right now and see what I have. that I've been
You have
into.
an iPad 1, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old school.
Yeah, I just not really. I'm not into updating it.
You like Flipboard? Brad's got some news about Flipboard.
Yeah, I love Flipboard.
What's coming out soon for Flipboard, Brad?
That's coming onto the iPhone very shortly, very soon.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. That's going to be pretty good.
For James.
Go ahead, Steve.
Do you have an app for the Google Party Hangout? I don't know if you guys got an app out yet. Okay.
No. The page, I believe, though, is viewable on most tablets. But as far as for the phones, it's not. It's not running. I don't have the 4S, so Brad could probably look that up. I believe there's a show airing right now to see, but because I believe it's mostly done through Adobe, it's not compatible.
Yeah, that's true.
That.
Yeah.
Flash video. Flash is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Adobe's giving up on Flash.
on mobile devices, though.
Yeah, and since the Google TV runs Android Flash, it might have a bit of a problem there too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It runs Android with mobile Flash on it, and they're not going to make mobile Flash. So what happens there?
Yep.
You'll probably find that Google will probably develop it themselves for Google TV.
They might have to, yeah, because who was it? Logitech had given up on their Google TV. They said nobody's buying it. It's rubbish. LG has announced they're going to bring out one next year, but I don't think it's that many people care about it, to be honest.
It's funny because at
Apple. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say at CES, which is every January, I wouldn't be surprised if Google TV is everywhere, and they just really try to do another big push behind it.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the pull is going to be for it, though. There's so many different types of PVRs and things that are out these days. How is the Google one going to differentiate itself? You can play a game on there. Maybe you can play Angry Birds, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, in other news, I'm not sure if Jason's seen this or not, but Boxy Box is coming out next year with a TV adapted for live TV. Have you seen this, mate?
Yes, I was talking about that on the Tech Talk Radio podcast last week.
Nice. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that's a great idea, that'll give them an extra edge there, and Boxy Box is quite popular. Everything's integrated into the one thing. I still think it's a bit of a weird square cubey thing, but, that's their design and they like it, so...
Okay. So James, you work on hangoutparty.com, is that correct?
I do.
Okay. Now, what else do you do on there? Like, you just book guests and that sort of thing? And
I do mostly the guest booking, I guess, and then besides Cam, I'm probably the next most recognizable face. Daniel Armendariz also helps with it.
Yep.
And he does a lot of the tech answering questions and things like that when Cam can't do it. I've also done a bit of streaming when Cam has been out of town and things like that, but he usually handles that.
Okay. Do you do some co-hosting on the show?
I don't do any co-hosting. I actually do moderate the chat room that's on the page.
More of a behind-the-scenes person.
Yeah, I'm behind the scenes when the show's actually going on, and then I'm like in front of the camera when it's not being recorded.
Swap them over.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see cute girls on the TV.
Right.
Yeah.
For your Google Party Hangouts, do you have like your scheduling? Do you have like people that are always on at the same time every week, or do they have to reschedule each time?
We do. We have a couple of open mic nights that happen once a week. We also have we had the Governor Gary Johnson from New Mexico. He wasn't the same time every week, but he pre-set up approximately every 2 weeks to have some hangouts going. So we do usually have pre-scheduled events, but mostly they're just people who go, hey, I really want to do an event on this day. Is it available? And it's it is or it isn't. Usually they'll reschedule if we aren't available.
Do you often
usually
have to go searching for people for the show, or you have a lot of people lined up that are interested to be on there?
You know, we don't really go searching. Usually it's through word of mouth and through referrals. So.
Cool. What's your favorite guest that's been on so far?
Ooh. Can I plead the fifth? I don't want to, make anyone...
No, this is Australia. We don't have those rules.
I don't want to give anyone a big head, and I don't want to make anyone feel bad.
What about Daria Muss? She must be a highlight for you, Jamie. She's a great singer, and I've met her through Cam as well. But she's actually been on here as well. She's great.
Yeah, Daria has an amazing heart, an amazing voice, and she really, when Google Plus first started, she really made a name for herself on there.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, I think she's worked really hard her whole life to get where she is, and I think she's just going to keep growing. Definitely.
Yeah, no.
Hey Jamie, when we had Daria on last, she was saying that she was seeing audiences of like 8,000 people on Hangout Party. What's the audiences been like now? Like, have you seen you've been able to maintain those sorts of numbers, or has it grown?
Well, she was definitely our largest, but she also did the longest show. So she, I believe her last concert was 8 hours or 8.5 hours, and so we had about 9,500 viewers.
Wow.
And that's not necessarily individual hits, but we had an entire, I believe it was an entire emergency room or something like that at a hospital. And so they had about 25 people in their office watching it. So based on those numbers, we reached the 9,500. I would say on average for about a 2-hour show, we probably get 500 or 600, but it also depends on how the artist is promoting.
Yeah.
Because they have the thing with musicians and with drawing artists is they have an entirely different following that's not necessarily on Google Plus.
Yeah.
That they have to reach out to.
Yeah, I guess some people are a bit weary of getting into Google Plus just now, but that's the beauty of Hangout Party is that you don't necessarily have to join the Hangout. You just watch off the site. To give some context, right? When I played in bands in Sydney, if we had 200 people at a venue, we'd be all high-fiving each other like this is going to be a mad show. So even like when you're sort of saying like the little shows are like 600 people and the big ones are like 9,500 people, like that's amazing. I remember playing at the Meredith Music Festival in Victoria, and that's 5,000 people sold out every year. And I'm standing on stage seeing a sea of people, and I'm just thinking like this is like so awesome. And that's like half the amount of people that watch Daria Muss. It's amazing.
Right. And the great thing is people can join the Hangout if they want to, and then they get to interact with the people. We had one band on there who has a pretty large following in Austin, Texas, and some of their fans were able to join the Hangout and actually have a short conversation with them. Well, you can't do that at a venue most of the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's a question in the chat that asked, how do you broadcast it out live? Obviously, there's a limit, 10 people. So do you like stream it live, like Ustream or something, or JTV, or?
We do. We do a Ustream or a live stream, I think is what
live stream, yeah. Live stream you use. Yeah.
I believe he uses live stream right now. I know he was looking at a couple different things, or a couple different websites to do it with, but I believe he settled with that one.
Cool. Good stuff. Now, Jason, any tech news, mate?
Yeah, I've got a couple of stories.
Rightio, let's fire in away.
Sydney-sider Nikki Durkin has been launching tech startups since she was 15, but now she's on the fast track to Silicon Valley success and riches after she was accepted into the highly sought-after Y Combinator program in the US. The Australian tech startup scene is booming to such an extent that a large industry player has compared the push of Australian entrepreneurs into Silicon Valley as like religious fanatics trying to get into their Mecca. Y Combinator has launched giants like Airbnb, which raised money in July at a $1 billion valuation. Durkin 20 created the 99dresses.com site when she was 18. It promises an infinite wardrobe by allowing users to buy and sell their unwanted fashion. But even earlier than that, at 15, Durkin was selling T-shirts online, which she designed herself and had printed and drop-shipped from China. She sold these through eBay and within a few years was selling hundreds of shirts a month. Forget doing the paper run or mowing lawns. Kids as young as 12 are making a mozza from apps and showing the older generation how it's done. One 16-year-old even claims to have turned over hundreds of thousands of dollars from his apps, while others are making extra pocket money and enjoying the experience. Schoolgirl Ebony Samantha of Newcastle in New South Wales, 16, recently launched her first smartphone app, the photography app Lomo Ho, on Apple's iTunes store for 99 cents. Ebony is one of a growing number of teenagers doing the same thing worldwide, creating smartphone applications in their spare time and selling them for a nominal fee on Apple's iTunes store, which takes 30% cut from all sales. Forget the NBN. Movies streamed almost instantly over the net are here already, and a swarm of new entrants are putting a strain on traditional players like DVD stores. A report released this week by Credit Suisse found that while not yet mainstream in Australia, IPTV is here and would continue to drive the take-up of internet video over the next few years. The newest player in IPTV market is QuickFlix, which has long offered mail-order DVD rentals but recently began unlimited online streaming services via PCs, Macs, internet-enabled TVs and PlayStation 3. It joins existing players offering cheap online access to movies and TV content, including Fetch TV, Australia's T-Box, TiVo, PlayStation 3, Apple TV and Xbox 360. All are stealing eyeballs and business from commercial TV networks and bricks-and-mortar DVD stores. The number of DVD stores in Australia has dropped from about 4,000 in the late 80s to 1,400 today, with about 200 stores closing in the past year. And scientists have invented a new material that is so lightweight it can sit atop a fluffy dandelion without crushing the little fuzzy seeds. It's so lightweight, styrofoam is 100 times heavier. It's so lightweight, in fact, that the research team consisting of scientists in the University of California, Irvine HRL Laboratories and California Institute of Technology in the US say in the peer-reviewed November 18 issue of Science that is the lightest material on Earth and no one has asked them to run a correction yet. That's light. The material has been dubbed ultralight metallic microlattice, and according to a news release sent out by UC Irvine, it consists of 99% air thanks to its microlattice cellular architecture. And that's the news for today.
Good news, Jason, as always, mate. And next week, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but next week, I think Siri's going to get an update for us over here in Australia where we can find restaurants and stuff.
Oh, that'll be great. Yeah.
That's what
make it more useful.
I think that's what Steve said. I think. Actually, who told me that? Did you say Steve?
I thought I learned this from you.
I don't know. I can't remember. Someone told me. I can't remember who.
Yeah, I don't think Siri's going to do location matchups outside of the US with the next update.
Okay.
There's two updates coming. There's another bug fix for this battery problem.
Yep.
So 5.0.2 and 5.1 should be out in a few weeks or so. But I'm to understand that the expansion of Siri is just going to go into accessing the operating system services in more vast ways.
Yeah, well,
so there's just more things you can do.
Since that update came out just the other day, my phone's working great. Battery's good on it, and Siri's working well. And
did you see the new cleaning functionality they've got on there?
No.
If your app, say Facebook or something similar, which downloads data off the web, starts filling up your space on your phone too much and apps are having difficulty running, it'll automatically clean out the cache and library locations of those apps to free up space for you.
Oh, nice. Good stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Every now and then you'll see a little, underneath one of the icons, say Facebook, it'll have the word cleaning, ... and it'll clean through there and delete off the space. Now, that's annoyed some people who make apps like ones that download maps for you.
Okay.
When they download the maps, they store it in the library and they're not allowed to put it there anymore. They have to put it in a cache or temporary location, and those ones, first the temp directories will get cleaned out, and then if there's still space needed, it'll clean out the libraries, which means if you download, say, 20 books or 20 websites with Instapaper or something like that and then hop on a plane to read it in airplane mode, they could be gone if you've got too much space used up.
Interesting.
So that can be a problem as well.
Did any of you guys get the Gmail app this week?
Yes, that's one I want to mention too. Yes,
Brad did. I just used the mobile Gmail site for everything.
Can I just say that app looks really cool. Great interface, works great. It's fast, and I love any news we do apps.
I've got mixed feelings about it. See, like the biggest thing I've wanted is to be able to star my mail, because I use that quite a lot, so that I can shoot things to the top of my list. In the hybrid inbox. But I've got two major gripes with it. One of them is that just swiping through the list, it's
dropped
really
out.
choppy.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes it can really take a while to like actually drag it up. There's definitely going to have to be an update coming out to it soon, just to really allow it to be fluid when you flick through the lists.
Well, it's
I've
working.
just
It
I've
works.
just noticed that personally.
Oh, really? No. Yeah, maybe just your phone, but it works fine. It's scrolling up and down. Look, just works fine. Yeah. There's no.
Yeah, I don't know, but and the other one is that you'll have the notification, in the number on
Yep.
the app icon.
Yep.
So you have the notification that you've got a new email, but then when you launch into the app, the email isn't there. You actually have to refresh the list in order to then get the email.
Oh, okay.
Like for so long, I've just been used to using the basic mail app in iOS, where it alerts you that you got an email. Open up the app, and there it is. There's your email.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've noticed that too, and that's the same reason. Same thing with Tweetbot. I ended up having to stop use that and going back to Twitter for iPhone, because it'd be the same thing. You'd get a notification from Tweetbot that someone just messaged you, and you'd open into Tweetbot and the message isn't there. You'd have to refresh the messages list to then get the message itself. And I just find that
when you open
irritating.
the app, it should automatically refresh whatever needs refreshing.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm trying to hold out with Gmail and just stick with it, because I'd much rather use that. But if
mean the
those
Gmail
two
app?
problems don't get fixed, I'm gonna have to go back to the basic mail app.
Well,
in
yeah,
iOS.
I say just-
gmail.com.
I use the Gmail app on my phone. Works great. I also use it on the iPad. Looks great on the iPad. And
I haven't tried it on the iPad yet.
try it on the iPad, mate. Works well on the
Yeah.
iPad. Jason, try it on the iPad too, mate. Let me know what you think of it. If you can.
Alrighty, just for you, but I
Please
think I'll
do.
stick with gmail.com,
Okay.
which automatically resizes and themes itself for
Okay.
the iPhone or iPad anyway, and looks and works brilliant.
And what about you, Jamie? Do you have an iPhone, or you don't have an iPhone, do you, at the moment?
No, I had an iPhone. Right now I'm just using the iPad.
iPad, yeah. What sort of apps are you using on the iPad?
Okay, so I was just looking through it. I do have Flipboard on here.
Love Flipboard.
Let's see.
Love Flipboard.
I use the Kindle app on here. Now, you saw the demonstration of the Kindle Fire, right?
Yep.
Yep.
How do you guys think the Kindle Fire is going to compare to the iPad? Do you think it's going to outdo it, or there's so many Apple diehard people that they're just going to stick with the iPad?
In Australia, it's different to America. To give you an idea of Australia's attitude to iOS devices, typically the iPhone smartphone market share is around the 25% mark. I know that's the case in America. In Australia, the iPhone's smartphone percentage of market share is 70%. So people are far more partial to iOS devices here in Australia than in America. So to answer your question from an Australian perspective, I think that the Kindle Fire would definitely sell a few devices, but the Amazon culture, that like Amazon is so amazing in the US. You buy something, a book online, you got it the next day. In Australia, you buy a book on Amazon, you get it like 2-3 weeks later. It's not as amazing to Australian people. So I think that people like the Kindles here, and it's selling. But I think that you'll see that the Kindle Fire will be far more popular in America than it will be in Australia. And I wouldn't be surprised if even after the Kindle Fire comes out, that the iPad can easily hold on to its 80+% of market share for tablets in Australia, easily.
In Australia? Okay.
Something else that'll help it too, I forgot to mention before, is the Corona SDK I'm using to do the Tech Webcast app will create apps for Kindle Fire, which is not exactly the
that's
same
cool.
as Android. It's not just pure Android. They've tweaked it with their own stuff, and it's going to have different features to Android, some extra stuff on there. So Corona SDK will support that as well.
That's really cool, though.
And the Nook
Yeah, they
too, I
use
think.
a version of tweaked Android, so it's not like you can, use Android apps directly with the Kindle. Well, at least through their store. So
Yeah,
that's
get it
another
from
thing.
the Amazon Kindle store.
Yeah.
And also, hey, and Jamie, check out an iPad app called Show You as well. That's a great video app to watch videos on your
Okay.
iPad. That's a great app.
Hey,
And-
before we go,
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
wanted
mate.
to have a quick chat with you guys about Oink.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Because, all right, look, I'm a little troubled about this app.
Yeah, go on.
See, like, first of all, like, I know that you guys are all big fans of it, and
Never
last
used it.
week,
Well, Jason's
You-
not really a big fan of it. I am. I'm a huge fan of it.
yeah, you were pressuring me hardcore, Brad, to download this app, so I did it. All
Go on,
right,
yep.
it's because you're my friend.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So I did it,
Yep.
I signed up, made an account.
Cool.
I got to the list where I had to say what I'm interested in.
Yep.
I wasn't interested in any of that crap. And then bam, closed app. That's it. That's as much as I used it. Now, all week, I've had all sorts of people bombarding me with like following me on Oink and that sort of stuff. Like my phone is constantly blowing up with notifications. Heaps of people are following me on Oink.
Right.
So it's sort of like, I know I'm definitely in the minority of my attitude towards the app, but heaps and heaps and heaps of people are using it, I've noticed.
Yeah, they are. They are using it. Yeah. A lot
So
of people.
my question is, like, lots of iOS apps have the initial wow factor, and then you get bored of it, and then you never use it again, right?
Well,
That's
this app, you never get
typically
bored
the
of it. This app, I've had this app since day one. I've never got sick of it. We'll never remove it because it's one of them apps you can't put down.
Give me an example of where you've noticed something on that app and you just sort of were blown away by it. Like what's something that you discovered around your area or something like that, or one of your friends that you know you didn't.
Pizza.
Yeah, just a lot of food. Like they've shown like a lot of nice food on there, which is nice to try and stuff and that sort of thing. And there's that sort of thing, and it's a fun app to use. And
I think Kevin Rose has got a lot of celebrity pulling power.
Yeah, exactly. That's
particularly
what,
from Big.
Yeah,
Have you found that your friends on Oink are actually socializing with you and like giving you recommendations and all that yet?
No, not really.
Yeah, it's probably more like G plus at this stage, where like everyone's there and everyone's looking, but not a hell of a lot of people are talking. There's probably only 5% of people on there who are doing like 90% of the talking.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good app. I don't know. It's just one of them apps. Just need to you use it for a bit and then you may get bored of it. But I don't know. It's just each their own, I suppose. But
yeah. So the biggest thing is like it's like everyone wants to be Facebook, where anyone can build the app and the services, but building the community is an entirely different story.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see if Oink builds the community, because definitely, like I was saying before, like everyone's interested, everyone's looking, and everyone's following each other.
Yeah.
So everyone's eyes are open. But yeah, I'm interested to know if this does turn into a genuine community where people love hanging out there, as opposed to just browsing.
yeah, exactly. I hear there is some updates coming to that app too. So I'm not sure what it is. But
okay, we'll see what happens.
see what happens. Yeah, with the updates. What about you, Steve? Have you used Oink?
I kind of used Oink, but I found a few things a little confusing. Now, I do use Roams. I haven't used it for a while. Like that one a little bit better. I don't know. I might could try Oink again.
Can you Oink like a pig, Steve?
What's that?
What about a name? What do you think of the name Oink? It's like a pig,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's stupid. It's the dumbest name ever.
It doesn't stand for anything either.
I don't know.
does it?
I
It's
don't know
just a
where
word.
I don't know where he got the name from, but I do agree the name's a bit dumb. But what can you do about
Maybe
it?
he's going for the four-letter K words. Oink,
Yeah.
milk.
Milk.
I can-
yeah.
Dig
I can
was
just
a four-letter one.
I can just imagine the television advertisements. Hey, little piggy, are you a fat bastard who loves to eat food all the time? Use Oink. Oink, oink, oink. Yeah.
Especially at Hog's Breath.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about you, Jamie? What do you think of the name Oink? You like it?
What is the app for?
It's just like
Finding food in your area,
Yeah.
not specific places like Bob's Restaurant, but not
So is it
special
like an
nacho,
urban spoon?
special nacho food at Bob's Restaurant to say that the
yes,
nacho
Jamie,
food
yeah.
is really good.
It's sort of like social.
Urban
for
Spoon
food.
will find you the restaurant, but it won't tell you specific food in the restaurant. Oink is about the food, not the restaurant itself.
It's like a rating system, really. It's like a rating system. You get points and that sort of thing, and that sort of stuff.
I think the name Oink is a little degrading.
Yeah.
Like, are they basically saying, "Hey, Piggy, you need your phone to find food"?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I don't know. Yeah. I suppose.
That's what everyone's saying.
It'd be funny if if you put in your favorite types of food and using geolocation, if you walked close to a pizza restaurant, your phone started like oinking at you, like, "Hey, piggy,
Oh no!
your pizza's nearby." Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're hungry.
I think that's
Didn't you
coming too.
find it's the best app ever?
That feature's coming. Actually, Aaron, I hear that feature's. That is coming. I hear it's coming. If you're near something, if you're near somewhere, like a restaurant, that actually tells you. It will tell you.
You know what they should have called it?
What's that?
Bacon.
Oh, bacon.
Everybody
Yeah,
loves bacon, and it's to do with pigs and eating, right? You go on Reddit, you see how many people there love bacon.
Yeah,
It's a whole
bacon.
thing.
I like bacon, but yeah,
It's better than Oink.
yeah. So yeah, I see, Jason. You didn't get into it, mate. It's not your cup of tea.
I'll give it a go for you, but there's so much saturation of checking into this and checking into that and checking out, and
I really
I
love.
just checked out of all of them. Occasionally, I might check in on Facebook, but that's it now.
I really love Get Glue.
Get Glue, I check in for TV shows for
Yeah.
something to do.
Yep.
but
That's one of the-
Facebook and GetGlue mostly, and I stopped Foursquaring, and I stopped whatever the other one was that was exactly the same as that
Same,
Kangaroo one.
same. All right,
Too many
well, we better
techniques.
we better finish up the show. Jamie, thanks for being on, mate.
Of course, anytime.
Great having you around. Hope we didn't bore you too much.
Oh no, it was good. I think I learned a few things.
She's
So
never
I have a few
actually-
apps to look at.
She's actually never been on a podcast before, so it's the first time.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've never been on one of these.
No. I hope
Has she ever
comes-
lost the game before?
No, she hasn't.
She has now.
Well,
I don't think she. Well, I actually tell her a few times, but she doesn't get it. But anyway, so Steve, what's coming up on your show, mate?
I got a few things coming out. I got a new video intro, so
Can't wait
I'm
for
going
that,
to be
mate.
showing that. I have a Unsoft video part 2. Actually solved one of the problems I had with some of my video editing. A few topics I kind of want to. Hopefully, you'll be on after when my show comes out, because I want to talk a little bit more about the Boxy Box
Sure.
TV,
Love
live
to talk
TV.
about that. Yep,
So
great. Can't wait.
No.
Can't wait for that. Jason, Twitter, and what's your Twitter address, mate?
Warlock, WAULOK, and bluebilby.com.
Cool. I'm on Tech Webcast and Brad Oz. Aaron.
So you can find me at oztechnews.com. It's OZ Tech News and OzTech News on Twitter.
Cool. Jamie, do you use Twitter?
I don't. I have an account, but I don't use it.
Okay,
Wah,
that's cool.
wah.
Okay,
She's
and
dedicated to G+.
so where can we find you on G+? Just are you happy to give people your name out, or?
Yeah, you can. My full name is Jamie Matter, and you can definitely find me on there. You can definitely circle up the Hangout Party brand page
Cool.
and check out Hangout Party. We have every Thursday night at 5:30 Pacific time. We have an open mic, and then there's other things on the calendar.
Nice. And also that actually does work on the iPhone too.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I just did some screenshots before. Check it
Cool.
out. Yeah,
Perfect.
it does work.
Thank
So
you.
it does work.
And
yeah.
how about you, Steve? Where can they find you online?
Of course, my Justin TV live channel, like we're doing right now, and on Twitter, which is Chatterbox_live.
All right, mate.
Cool.
That's great.
And I
All
just
right.
wanted to say thanks to like all the people in the hanging out on Hash Linux Cool Dude. There's been a
Yeah,
few
thanks.
people there. Lots of chatter today. Thanks for listening.
Appreciate
You
it, guys.
guys are awesome.
Yeah, coming up next week, got Jason from Tech AU. Can't wait to chat to that guy. He's a legend.
Oh, cool.
And he's going to come on and have a chat about what he's been up to and that sort of fun stuff and phones and that sort of thing. There's a lot of reviews.
Cool.
Don't know how he does it, but
Catch you next week then.
yep, can't wait.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Jamie.
Join Will, Eric, and myself as we bring you the latest, most up-to-date, important tech news that affects you from Australia and the world. Weekly podcast available each Friday through iTunes. Watch the live stream recording of the show at live.thesecrethub.com each Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. or GMT plus 10. Call in live via Skype or chat in our lounge. However you get us, just make sure you do. Listen or visit our website for more information, www.aussietechhead.com.au. Aussie Tech Heads, Australia's longest-running tech news
Thanks
podcast.
for listening. Be sure to check out Tech Webcast on blip.tv and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes to make sure you always have the latest episode at your fingertips. Tech Webcast, Tech Talk for Geeks.